if you met an angry person, what is one piece of advice you would have for them?
Stay away from them.
It's just run in the other direction, just run. Do you think Singaporeans are an angry bunch? If you said yes to that question, later we settle outside. But for now, I'm your host of The Usual Place and I'm headed outside to find out if Singaporeans agree with me. Do you think you guys are part of the complaint culture? Do you also complain about things you do not like?
I think subconsciously we just complain about things sometimes too. Guilty of it. Yeah, but I think it's more like I see that news and all this, right? People's comment section is always just filled with angry, hate comments, and every little small things. And then I feel like sometimes, people can take a step back, take a chill pill, and just not be so triggered all the time.
Is that your advice, to take a chill pill?
Yeah.
Do you have any advice?
I guess just be more appreciative of what's around you instead of just, complaining about things that you're unhappy about, but rather look around and appreciate little things, I guess, because there's so much to be grateful for, especially living in Singapore and things like that. I guess there are things to complain about, like the weather and stuff, but there's also so much that we can be grateful for. So I think we should focus on that instead.
Are Singaporeans angry? I guess a group of them, but generally, I guess there's still Singaporeans as a whole. I feel we're still okay, not that angry.
I think usually online, but in real life, not really. I feel like it tends to be like the older generation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Era of the generation that, Raksha, why do you think people are more angry online?
I guess it comes with, because if you're online, you can there's a certain level of anonymity, then people are less scared to voice out their true opinions. Then you see a lot of these angry comments online versus in real life, the person might know who you are, so they might be a little scared to voice out their opinions. Yeah.
So if you met an angry person, what is one piece of advice you would have for them?
Stay away from them.
It's just run in the other direction, just run. Okay, you?
To the person who's angry
Or to angry people in general, if they feel like they need to comment on every single thing in an angry manner, what would you tell them?
think twice before. I'm sorry, I don't mean in a mean way, but maybe they're too quick to comment. That's why it comes off in an angry tone. Maybe their intention is not really to be so aggressive, but it's just coming out like that. Yeah.
Okay, but why do you think people spend so much time online ranting or sending complaints to the authorities?
Because they have nothing better to do. Yeah, my honest opinion, really, nothing better to do. And I think also maybe it's their mindset. I feel like they hold on to some opinions that is not, I feel they are more old-fashioned in that sense. For example, the mural, if they see someone smoking, they feel it's not a good influence to the rest of the people in Singapore. And yeah, but in my opinion, I feel there's nothing much to complain about. Yeah, because we are very open now as a society.
So if you had one piece of advice to give complainers or angry people in Singapore, what would you say?
Live with it. Times are changing. I think we are all entitled to our own opinions. If we want Singapore to be more open as a society as a whole, more forgiving and more friendly, I feel that we shouldn't complain too much.
Personally, among my friends, my family, the feeling is not so strong. It's some sweet woman, with a cigarette. I think it's a reflection of the times back then. I think it's painted as real as possible, but maybe modern age, the younger Singaporeans, they misread it into something else.
Oh, why do you think it was younger people?
I don't know. It's just a assumption, right? The woke culture, and woke culture is more commonly found among the Gen Zs and younger.
So if you had one piece of advice for people who get angry in person and online because they feel like they may not be heard, what do you have to say to them?
I think context is everything. So in this case, this is a Samsui woman, right? The Samsui woman is a representation of something much older, right? So back in those days, smoking is normal. It's not a taboo.
Do you think a lot of Singaporeans are angry all the time?
I think on online forums, actually, you see them expressing themselves quite a lot, even in the comments, right? Even in the comment section. Singaporeans tend to express themselves more. So maybe it's a discontent or dissatisfaction that they express. Maybe not always like outright anger, but you definitely see like road rage, in these aspects. Yeah, like if you go to Johor Bahru, right, on the way to Johor Bahru, just the causeway, you cross the causeway, you hear like, some honking, you hear people cutting the queue sometimes, and then people will get quite angry. But there's also this solidarity, right? Like people are collectively angry against the queue cutter. You have that happening. So it's not always negative. Yeah, not always negative. But they do feel that sometimes when they get angry, they feel that their anger is very rightfully justified, right? Yeah.
Do you think Singaporeans are very angry all the time?
Not always. Yeah. So sometimes, probably they have had a bad day. That's when maybe you tend to encounter this kind of complaints.
Yeah, she's very kind. Give chance, she give chance. Okay. So if you encountered someone who's very angry online or in person, do you have a piece of advice you would give them? Is a channel your teacher?
Walk away if you can. I mean, like, don't engage with the angry person because they're not really thinking straight. And I mean, if you can afford not to engage with them, you just don't want to engage with them. Yeah. If you have to engage with them, then try not to let it affect you lah. Because I mean, they will always be thinking of things from their own perspective, right? Yeah.
Do you have a piece of advice for someone who's angry all the time?
Move away. I agree with Lian. Yeah, to distance oneself. Yeah.
What about the angry person?
The angry person should cool down, calm down, breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah.
Yes. And maybe take some recourse to it because anger is not good for that person, Yeah. It affects your health. Yeah.
Okay.
Just breathe lah, and then maybe you find that, after a while, I mean, what difference will it really make in like a day or 2 days or a year? Yeah.
Be more patient. Learn to be more patient, I guess. Yeah, that'll help. Yeah.
Okay, they got a lot of advice, so please take it. The next time you see a mural you want to complain about, or anything you want to complain about, just keep calm and walk on by. Or watch The Usual Place. I'll see you next time.